Hi, good morning. I'm Gilpin. We're on the shores of Loch Broom, where it's a little salmon farm. We've been farming salmon here since 1982. I'm a second generation salmon farmer, and we're the only independent salmon farmer left in Scotland today. And we've got an exciting day ahead. We have young Simon, who's one of Scotland's finest chefs, and Simon is going to be doing some delicious salmon dishes for us this afternoon. Here you are, Simon, ready to get going.
Thank you.
Have fun, enjoy.
So we're just going to show you very briefly how simple it is to barbecue a piece of salmon. Now, people think of barbecues, they think of what sort of meat or veg they're going to put on it. Salmon is such an easy one to cook on a barbecue. So what we've got here is a piece of the Wester Ross salmon, which they have hot smoked, but they've taken out before the actual fillet of salmon's cooked. So it's almost technically slightly barbecued already, flavour wise. So all we're going to do is cut some very nice thin slices at a 45-degree angle of the salmon. We'll place it on there. Now this salmon is very sustainable. Wester Ross is very well known for not using any medicines to look after their salmon. Fully organic feed. Their salmon is fully traceable, and it's grown in the loch behind us, one of 4 of their sites on the west coast, very near to Ullapool. This is Loch Broom. So all we're going to do is a nice piece of rapeseed oil over the top of the fish, light sprinkling of salt, because they will have cured this prior to smoking, a little bit of pepper, and then we'll take this tray over and we'll add it straight onto the barbecue. Now this is running at around about 290 degrees at the moment, so in Fahrenheit about 550, 560. And we're just going to make sure they're well oiled. And this will take literally minutes to cook. And I'm only going to cook it on one side. I'm only going to get the charring on one side, because I'm afraid if you put this and turn it over on both sides, you're going to overcook it. So because of the sheer temperature of this barbecue, we'll put all the salmon on and we'll close the lid. That will take less than a minute now in there because of the high temperature and the fact that the lid is closed. So that's the salmon cooked already. Less than a minute. Just need to tease it off the grill. And it's got a nice charring on one side. Now you can serve this with anything you wouldn't typically serve with a barbecue. I've got some nice cornbread, which we'll also toast, and we'll serve it with some nice salads, potato salad, and a load of char-grilled asparagus. Goes very well with this. As you can see, that's taken no time whatsoever, and the residual heat from taking it off the grill through the salmon will perfectly cook that, and that will be one of the best bits of salmon you will have. So the last piece I've just cooked on the barbecue, the crew have absolutely devoured. So I'm just going to show you briefly, because they're still hungry, how to do this exactly the same, but with just the standard fresh fillet of salmon, not the cured and partly smoked. So again, nice thin cuts onto your tray that we've pre-oiled. And we're going to add a little touch of rapeseed oil to it, and a little piece more salt. So the last one that we did was smoked, so it had been cured, and we were using the tail end. The tail end of salmon is always slightly more salty than the rest of the salmon, so you have to be very careful with salt on that. On a fresh piece like this, you'll need more. The belly of the salmon as well is a very sort of light, delicate flavour, much more fatty. There we go, we're sitting at a good temperature again. Plenty of oil on, and again we're just going to place them straight onto the barbecue and cook them only on one side. Because this barbecue is lidded as well, it's getting plenty of heat above it within the ceramics. And maybe this time I'll get to try some. Now they are perfectly cooked. Thanks for joining us today on the beautiful banks of Loch Broom on the west coast of Scotland, cooking some beautiful Wester Ross salmon.